Welcome to WealthSpark, where we help you spend smarter. So let's talk about a situation we've all been in. It's late at night, you're scrolling on your phone, and then you see them. The absolute perfect pair of sneakers.
And there it is. The price tag, 5,000 rupees. Instantly, your brain goes into battle mode. One side is screaming, "Whoa, that's way too expensive." But the other side is whispering, "Yeah, but I'd look so good for college in those." So what's the right answer? Good deal or a huge mistake?
The truth is, most people get stuck right there. They just fixate on that initial price. But that, my friends, is a trap. Focusing only on the price tag is one of the biggest money mistakes you can make. There's a much smarter way to look at it, and it's called the cost per use, or CPU for short.
So what in the world is cost per use? It's a really simple idea, but it will completely change the way you think about buying things. It's all about figuring out the real cost of an item, not based on its price, but on how much you're actually going to use it. And the formula? Oh, it's beautifully simple. You just take the total price of something, and you divide it by the total number of times you think you'll realistically use it. That number you get at the end, that's the one that really tells you if it's a good deal or not. All right, let's put this into practice. We're going back to those sneakers that seem so expensive. The price is 5,000 rupees. Now, let's just say you're going to wear them to college maybe 4 times a week for the whole year. That's roughly 200 wears.
So you take that 5,000, you divide it by 200, and what do you get? The cost per use is just 25 rupees per wear. That is incredible. We're talking cheaper than a cup of cutting chai. All of a sudden, those expensive sneakers are looking like an amazing bargain, aren't they?
Okay, now let's flip the script. Think about that party shirt you bought on sale for 800 rupees. It felt like a total steal in the moment, right? Such a bargain. But let's be real. How many times did you actually end up wearing it?
You wore it to that one freshers party, and then it got pushed to the back of the closet because it was kind of scratchy or it just went out of style. Since you only wore it once, its cost per use isn't the 800 rupees you paid, it's 800 rupees per wear. What a massive waste of money. So when you put them side by side, it's crystal clear. You've got the 5,000 rupee sneakers with the tiny CPU of 25 rupees, and on the other side, the 800 rupee shirt with a massive CPU of 800 rupees. The price tag literally told you the exact opposite of the truth.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Cheap things become ridiculously expensive if they just sit in your closet gathering dust. And expensive things can actually become incredibly cheap if they're a part of your daily life.
Now, this idea gets even more powerful when we apply it to something we all know so well, what we like to call the Indian wedding paradox. This is where spending can get totally out of control, and where using CPU can save you a fortune.
Come on, we've all felt it. The pressure to buy a really heavy designer sherwani or a gorgeous lehenga for a cousin's wedding. And that price tag is a big one, 25,000 rupees. It just feels like something you have to have for the big day.
But let's run the numbers. You wear it for the wedding, of course, and maybe you wear it one more time for a photo shoot. That's 2 uses. Your cost per use for that single outfit is, and I'm not joking, a mind-boggling 12,500 rupees every single time you put it on.
So what's the smart alternative? Renting it. You can rent that exact same outfit for, let's say, 3,000 rupees. When you look at the 2 options next to each other, the choice is just obvious. A cost per use of $12,500 versus just 3,000. No contest.
And just by making that one simple switch from buying to renting, you've just saved 22,000 rupees. And that's not just money saved, right? That's money you can now put into a mutual fund, a new course, something that actually builds your future.
Look, all of this makes perfect sense on paper, but we all know that emotional pressure we feel at a wedding is the same pressure we feel during that late-night online shopping binge. So how do you fight that feeling, that little voice in your head that just says, "Buy it now"?
There's a simple, super powerful tool for this. It's called the 24-hour rule, and it works like a charm for any purchase over about 1,000 rupees. The steps are so easy. 1, add the item to your cart. 2, and this is the most important part, close the app. And 3, just wait 24 hours.
So why does this work so well? Well, it's just basic brain chemistry. That initial excitement, that I have to have it feeling, that's a dopamine rush. It's an emotional high. But here's the secret. Dopamine fades really quickly. After 24 hours, that emotion is gone, and you're just left with logic. And if you've totally forgotten about the item, you just saved money without even trying.
Now, it's really important to get this straight.
This is not about being a miser. It's not about never buying nice things. The whole WealthSpark philosophy is about shifting your focus from price to true long-term value. It's about buying fewer things, but better things that actually last.
Think about a laptop. It might seem smart to buy the 30,000 rupee model, but if it's slow, it's frustrating to use, and it breaks down in a year, that was a low-value purchase. Spending 80,000 on a quality machine that's a joy to use and lasts for 5 years is actually the cheaper, smarter, and way less stressful decision in the long run.
So let's bring this all home. What's the summary? First, always ignore the initial price tag and calculate the cost per use. Second, invest your money in the things you use every single day, like good shoes, a great mattress, your laptop. Third, skimp on the trendy stuff you'll only use once or twice. And finally, use that 24-hour rule to beat those impulse buys.
Remember, this whole approach, it's not about saving every last rupee. It's a complete mindset shift. It's about making a conscious choice to invest your hard-earned money in things that actually provide lasting value to your life. That's the core of everything we teach. This is WealthSpark. Now you know how to spend smart.